Thanks to you for staying with us. You're watching the evening news broadcasted to you live from our studio here on the John Evans Atamils High Street in Accra at the Bishop's Court. My name is Reginald Addy, and from now up until the 7 will be serving you with the news and information in the country. Remember, the news is proudly being streamed on Facebook at Adoatv Ghana. Now, let's take a look at some of the stories that will be making headlines in our news bulletin tonight. Now, as Parliament resumes from its recess, we will tell you what happened today in Parliament as the Speaker assures Parliament will create an environment for all views in regards to the anti-LGBTQQAA plus bill debate, as he notes that Parliament is capable of handling the matter before it. Now, Takoradi woman faked her kidnapping last week has been sentenced to 6 years imprisonment. And also in this bulletin, we bring you news where Shatta, Wale, and Medical and 3 others have been granted 100,000 Ghana cedi bill each. And in sports, Ghana Premier League 2021-2022 football season has been launched earlier today. We'll bring you more details in that story. Now let's go straight into the stories. And at the commencement of the third meeting of the first session of the 8th Parliament, the Right Honourable Speaker of Parliament, Honourable Sumana Kingsford Alban Bagbin, stated that Parliament will create an environment that allows all views on the controversial anti-LGBTQQAAI plus bill debate and its passage, which is currently before the August House. Giving his opening remarks as Parliament reconvenes from its recess today, he noted that this particular bill is among the essential bills and Parliament will do the needful. Now, he further assured Ghanaians that the processes and procedures of the passage of the anti-LGBTQQAAI plus bill will be made public.
Bill before the House has generated a national conversation. And the bill before the House is christened the promotion of proper human sexual rights and guardian family values. And this bill continues to generate a lot of interest. In fact, has taken and assumed some different dimensions. For me, this is healthy for a maturing democracy like Ghana. It's important we allow various shades of opinions to canvass their positions on the bill. As Ghanaians, I want to plead with us to accommodate the views of others, whatever perceptions they have, and let's maintain the peace and coolness of mind and heart. The Parliament of Ghana is capable of handling the situation. I will assure citizens of this country that we will create the enabling environment for all to put across their views. At the end of the day, the processes of the House will determine the outcome. And when that is done, I am very convinced that the law that will come out of all this, if any, will protect the culture and values of our people and the Ghanaian identity. It's a law, I believe, that will also take into consideration the human rights and freedoms that have been guaranteed under our Constitution. And it's a law that it will take into consideration the richness of the common sense, human decency, morality, fact, logic, and at the end of the day, it's a law that will bring and transform this country into something else. So please, let's allow, whether they are religious bodies, civil society, academia, or whatever, to participate in the deliberations of this House. I know Ghanaians are expectant, and I know we have over 100 petitions before the Committee on Constitutional, Legal and Parliamentary Affairs, but we'll try not to allow any filibustering of this bill. It's not only Africa. The whole world is looking for the outcome of this bill. And so we will not just allow people to come and try to delay the process. We'll make the process public, and I support what the majority leader said. The sitting of the committee will be public, and the decision of this House will be public.
Well, now moving on to other stories. Meanwhile, addressing the parliamentary press call outside the chamber, the Minority Caucus on Parliament's Mines and Energy Committee called on government to scrap the special petroleum tax imposed on petroleum products with immediate effect. According to the caucus, scrapping off of the special petroleum tax imposed on petroleum products will alleviate the plight of Guineans following the high cost of fuel at the pumps. They further noted that the finance minister must ensure that the 2022 budget will not have any new taxes.
Flow price and diesel price into more about we boom no. And on a NDC caucus of Parliament. Yes, you better drink a crap. There, I feel back already. Where fuel prices are a cost row, ama a cost row 43%. Ama the Ohio, Oyemi, a Pochire, and a Abragana. Now, Ohe and to me, Bibra. They do not every a year a tour, a dear total petroleum prices. If you should get receipt now. Intimate engine up with you. Now, Ghana, or Maya, ye crap crude oil, a ton, a pea. Now, where's a ton, a chain, say a crown? It is a one cost run. What will crab a brino? One is a just crab a brain. Ye knew to move, say, as a Ghana for bread, a bra, farm of one, a cost row, a world market price. Now, ye are two just say, over build up now. A taxes and now a tour I did that no. I buy way by ye, only to just a more better so. Nanso when your air cost a year energy debt recovery levy a cost by 20%. Price stabilization levy a cost by 40%. UPPF a cost by 164%. Boss margin a cost by 200%. Fuel market cost na 4.4 billion. And the Minoka say a banyi enya over 9 billion nti na kyerɛ sɛ ɔhaw no bebree no ɛfiri ɛtoɔ ɛne taxes a yɛde toto so nti na yɛde ato dwa sɛ yɛn dɔnkuma no yɛsɛ nkete sɛ ɛsɛ yɛtete saa taxes so nyame nkyɛ adeɛ 2022 budget na ɛba nti no yɛhyɛ minister sɛ ɛyɛ special petroleum tax ɛyɛ sanitation tax ɛyɛ so-called energy levies wɔde atoto so boss margin ne saa margin si bebree no yɛhwɛ na yɛntete so na Ghanafoɔ wɔn ha mo kakra ɛsɛ ahokyerɛ no baabi aduru no agye nyame Ghanafoɔ ɛɛbrɛ ɛkɔm ɛde Ghanafoɔ ahokyerɛ a ɛni kabea ɛna sɛ sɛ Ghanafoɔ aban wei ɛde akɔhyɛ ɛno nti na yɛfrɛ mo ɛde saa nsɛntwerɛ nsɛmitutu mu anim na ne korakora ne sɛ yɛ ranking member of finance kora de ato dwa sɛ saa fees yɛ ɔmɔ charge no mmerɛ bia ɛntɛ akyire na under the fees and charges act no kora no kɛɛ sɛ ɔmɔ ba parliament ɛbɛgye tumi ansa na ɔma toto mu bɛyɛ afe baako pɛ mpo ne no ɔma to boss margin mu by 200%. saa nea ɛkɔ so no yɛnyɛ ntomu nti mmerɛhyɛ bɛdwam ha yɛbɛyɛ ne akuroni frɛ no motion ne processes na yɛatwe MPA foɔ abɛgyina ha na baabi mmara no yɛsɛ yɛde ɔmo fa no yɛde ɔmo fa yɛde.
Now to some other stories. The Takoradi Circuit Court A has sentenced 29-year-old Joanna Kra, who faked her kidnapping and demanded a ransom of 5,000 Ghana cedis from her adopted father to 6 years imprisonment. This was after the suspect pleaded guilty to both counts of deceiving public officers and publication of false news intended to cause fear and panic when she appeared before the court on Monday, October 15, 2021. She was convicted on her plea, and the court, presided over by His Honor Michael Kujo Ampedu, sentenced to 6 years imprisonment on count 1 and 2 years imprisonment on count 2 to run concurrently. Joanna Kra Susanna Awatri, who is 27 years old, and Francis Ishun, also 27, were arrested by the Takoradi Divisional Police Command for staging a kidnap and demanding a ransom of 5,000 Ghana cedis. According to a statement issued by the Ghana Police Service and signed by ACP Kwesi Ofori, Acting Director General Public Affairs, Joanna Kra conspired with the 2 other suspects and feigned her kidnapping on Friday, October 22, 2021. A call was placed to Joanna's adopted father and demanded a ransom of 5,000 Ghana cedis. Surprisingly, on Saturday, October 23, 2021, the police showed up and at the station. Joanna started to confess that she was kidnapped and was only playing pranks with her father. This was after she got hints that her adopted father had lodged a complaint with the police and extensive search was underway. Police further investigation led to the arrest of the 2 other suspects for their complicity. The 3 suspects were expected to be in court yesterday. However, only Joanna Kra was in court while the 2 others allegedly were absent. Now moving on to some other stories. Dancehall artist Charles Ni Ama Mensah, popularly known as Shatta Wale, and his 3 accomplices have been granted a bail by an Accra Circuit Court. They were granted bail to the tune of 100,000 Ghana cedis each on Tuesday, October 26, 2021. While Shatta Wale was given a self-recognizance bail, his accomplices had one surety each. Wale was arrested last week for claiming he had been shot by the story, but the story turned to be a hoax. His accomplices were also arrested.
Dancehall artist Charles Nee Ama, popularly known as Shatawale, and his 3 accomplices have been granted bail by an Accra Circuit Court. They were granted bail to the tune of 100,000 Ghana cedis each on Tuesday, October 26, 2021. While Shatawale was given a self-recognizance bail, his accomplices had 1 surety each. Wale was arrested last week for claiming he had been shot, but the story turned to be a hoax. His accomplices were also arrested. They were denied bail last week and spent a week in prison custody. Shatawale made reference to a prophecy that was made by Bishop Stephen Akwesi Appiah of New Life Kingdom Chapel that he would be shot dead on October 18, 2021. On October 19th, the artist turned himself in after the police had declared him wanted. He had allegedly fabricated a story that he had been shot and receiving treatment, which turned out to be a hoax. 2 of his accomplices were charged with abetment of crime. Police in a Facebook post says they were remanded following a request by the police for their continued detention due to ongoing investigations on their alleged involvement in the publication of false information with the intention to cause fear and panic. With reference to what led to the arrest of the dancehall artist, Shatawale explained that he undertook the action on the back of a prophecy by Bishop Stephen Akwesi, who predicted his death. In a viral video, the founder and leader of the New Life Kingdom Chapel International noted that Shatawale would lose his life on October 18th, similar to that of South African reggae artist Lucky Dube, who was shot on October 18th, 2007. Shatawale stated that he felt his life was under threat, for which reason he vowed that until security agencies step up to address such threats, his whereabouts will remain unknown. The pastor in question, Bishop Stephen Akwesi, popularly known as Jesus Ahofe, was picked up by the police on Tuesday, October 19th. Meanwhile, the police service had advised citizens against publishing false information capable of disturbing the country's peace.
Well, certainly freedom at last. Now, the Electoral Commission of Ghana has called on the Ghana Police Service to investigate claims by former President John Romani Mahama that there was overvoting in the 2020 general elections. According to the Commission, the claim includes Mr. Mahama indicating that the elections management body that thumb printed 1 million ballot papers to favor President Nana Akufo-Addo in the presidential elections. Addressing the press in Accra on Monday, October 25, 2021, the Deputy Chairman of the Electoral Commission in charge of Corporate Affairs, Dr. Eric Bosman Asari, disputed the claim and appealed to the police to immediately investigate the claim by former President.
President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, indicated that his government has decided to diversify sources of livelihood, even in mining communities, to reduce the impact of the depletion of the resources on the lives of persons in mining communities. The National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, he said, will mitigate the unavoidable hardships which the government's efforts to sanitize the small-scale mining sector have created, particularly in the 5 regions that operation.
In the last few weeks, former President Mahama has made a number of allegations against the Electoral Commission and the 2020 elections. As officials charged with the responsibility of conducting elections in Ghana, we owe it a duty to provide Ghanaians with the facts and the truth about the elections and the allegations raised. We are of the view that our silence on these false allegations could have dire consequences as it could undermine citizens' confidence in our dear country. The former president has said the EC printed 1 million ballot papers in favor of the President of the Republic. This is untrue. This is a grave matter that undermines the credibility of our electoral process and should not be ignored. We call on him to provide evidence to support this claim. This is not a matter that should be ignored, and we call on the Ghana Police Service to investigate. The transparency of our process makes it totally impossible for this to happen. At the polling stations prior to the start of the elections, the empty ballot boxes are opened and displayed in the presence of everyone, including the political party agents, and thereafter they are sealed in the presence of everyone. There are serial numbers on the ballot papers for each region and constituency. This is made known to the agents before the elections, and the political parties also know this. Our ballot papers also have security features, so any trace of new material will be clearly visible. Again, at the end of the poll, the ballots cast are cross-checked against the voters who were verified and issued the ballot papers. This ensures that overvoting is detected immediately, because if at the center 20 people were issued the ballots, we expect that the ballot box will contain 20. Nationwide, we had no issue with overvoting at all the 38,622 polling stations, except in Savelugu in the parliamentary election, where there was one, and I repeat, one overvoting. The transparency of our processes from the beginning to the end makes this impossible. Ballot staffing cannot be done. It is just impossible. We call on the former president, in the interest of our democracy, to provide evidence of the staffing of the ballot boxes by the EC and its officials. The police should investigate this as a matter of urgency due to its potential to derail and undermine our democracy and lead to a lack of confidence.
Now, the President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo, has launched the National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, a program designed to help alleviate the hardships of those affected by the government's efforts to sanitize the mining industry. President Akufo-Addo acknowledged that the lives of several people, including women and children, depend on illegal mining. However, following the government's heightened drive to deal with illegal mining activities in red zones, many more illegal miners have lost their illegal sources of livelihood. Hence, the need to diversify sources of livelihood in mining communities.
The President of the Republic of Ghana, Nana Akufo-Addo, indicated that his government has decided to diversify sources of livelihood, even in mining communities, to reduce the impact of the depletion of the resources on the lives of persons in mining communities. The National Alternative Employment and Livelihood Program, he said, will mitigate the unavoidable hardships which the government's efforts to sanitize the small-scale mining sector have created, particularly in the 5 regions that Operation HALT carried out its operations. President Akufo-Addo noted that it intended to provide good economic livelihood options to illegal mining and its associated activities, and to enable those adversely impacted the community to work and support themselves and their families. The program will also focus on reversing the negative impact of illegal mining on the environment through the National Land Reclamation and Reforestation component of the program, President Akufo-Addo said. He continued that given that most of Ghana's degraded lands are due to illegal mining activities, it is very fitting that any program targeting illegal mining should include a reclamation portion. This component of the program will restore degraded lands into economically viable lands, creating job opportunities for the youth, landowners, and communities at large. In keeping with government's commitment to promoting responsible, viable, and sustainable small-scale mining, he revealed that the program will also include a community mining scheme, which will be the model for small-scale mining activities in the country. Commissioning the Akun Community Mining Scheme, President Akufo-Addo stated that the community mining schemes will be supported by the Mine Support Services, and altogether are expected to create some 220,000 direct and indirect jobs. He reiterated that his government will not condone any illegal activities in the mining sector, as the strengthened monitoring and enforcement regime put in place under the auspices of the Enhanced Mine Inspectorate Division of the Minerals Commission and the Regional Security Councils will ensure that all small-scale mining activities are environmentally compliant. The President thus urged regional coordinating councils and municipal and district assemblies in areas where the program will be implemented to give their full support for its implementation. The nation is grateful to the George Grant University of Mines and Technology for its collaboration and cooperation to make this program successful by putting the teaching resources at the disposal of those who are involved in the program to enhance their capacity, expertise, and improve their productivity. University, let me say Ayiko, well done, he said. Towards the sustainable funding of this scheme, President Akufo-Addo said at his request, the Ministry of Finance has committed to making adequate budgetary allocation in the upcoming 2022.
So watching evening news here on Adoatv. There are some more stories coming up after this break. Don't go anywhere.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with RwandAir today. RwandAir, the safest airline in Africa.
RwandAir, fly the dream of Africa.
CB makeups now. I'm correct. Why your best mankasa? That's it. Oh, middle. You captures back on CB men capsules. You see, CB men capsules in America.
Yeah, you see men and women's capsules now. You knew the data. And one year packaging I am the pepper.
Wow! What a packaging! CB men, any CB women capsules, no packaging is out. And you also no mood any biansan wako do pegi.
Share up painful. Any about town man kwada no for. Any kwada won di fie do and come home.
Susanna, Ghana man man tamasi.
Adoa 0247 111671 and 0246 578 750. FDA aji ededin kato yatu.
You beat cancer by how you live, why you live, and the manner in which you live. I am Priscilla Sewamenu, Miss Health Ghana 2020. The month October is noted for breast cancer awareness, and this October, Sonotech Ghana is partnering with Miss Health Ghana to bring you breast cancer awareness campaign dubbed Pink It Out. So from the 1st to 31st October, Sonotech Ghana is offering free breast screening for all women out there. Plus, you get 20% off mammogram and 50% off ultrasound scan if you need one at any of their branches. The campaign is on. Join the campaign, support women, encourage women to come for screening, and support women living with breast cancer. On this note, I will entreat all my sisters out there to come detect it, treat it, and defeat it, because early detection saves life. Thank you.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240 926 564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emils Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Many thanks to you for staying with us. You're still watching Evening News here on Adoatv. Now let's do some business stories. Now, although private sector credit growth is yet to fully recover to pre-pandemic levels, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Ernest Addison, is confident that as momentum in economic activity picks up, which will be hinged on response to the vaccination exercise, banks will make more financing available to businesses.
Latest stress tests and macro-prudential risk assessments on the industry shows that the banks are strong enough to withstand mild to moderate liquidity and credit risk shocks. A lingering problem has been the private sector credit growth, which has not fully recovered to pre-pandemic levels due to uncertainties surrounding the pandemic's trajectory. As the momentum in economic activity picks up, coupled with continued COVID vaccination efforts and the demand for bankable projects increase, we expect private sector credit growth to rebound. Ladies and gentlemen, the relatively strong performance of the economy in spite of COVID was due to homegrown policy credibility that had been earned over 4 years of economic reform. The fiscal and monetary policy framework that was implemented provided a solid anchor to disinflation. Policy credibility engendered investor confidence, which underpinned a significant inflow of capital, both portfolio and direct, during this period. These measures placed the Ghanaian economy in a good place prior to the pandemic, and the necessary policy space to undertake the counter-cyclical policies that allow the economy to stay on course. It has been almost 20 months since the shock of COVID-19 pandemic hit the Ghanaian economy. The unprecedented adverse global consequences are ongoing, but the good news is that the Ghanaian economy absorbed the shock well, and the economy has begun to turn around very strongly, building back better. The prudent and timely policy support, one may call it homegrown, the removal of restrictions, the reopening of business activities, increased vaccinations have all worked together to systematically support the recovery process. Recent economic indicators show a steady turnaround. First, the impact of the pandemic pushed inflation outside the medium-term target band to 11.4% in July 2020. Since then, inflation has fallen steadily and stayed around the central path of the target band of 8%. More recently, impacted mainly by rising domestic and global food prices, inflation has moved outside the target band, now reading 10.6% as of September 2021. The bank's September 2021 forecast, however, indicates that inflation will remain within the medium target band and closer to the upper limit in the near term. The above notwithstanding, the bank's measure of short-term economic dynamics shows that economic activity continues to pick up and maintaining the steady momentum since the last quarter of 2020. The second quarter data from the Ghana Statistical Service pointed to an annual GDP growth of 3.9% in the second quarter, from 3.1 recorded in the first quarter. The second quarter growth was somewhat dragged down by the mining and quarrying sectors, which are yet to recover to pre-pandemic production levels. Beyond the second quarter, the latest high-frequency indicators monitored by the bank shows some optimism towards a more robust recovery.
Now, the government of Ghana has been applauded for the Planting for Food and Jobs initiative. However, in an exclusive interview with colleague Na Anyima Collison of the Business Desk, which airs tonight at 7 p.m., General Secretary of the Food and Beverage Association of Ghana, Mr. Samuel Atu-Agwe, noted that planting for food and jobs shouldn't be a form from a farm to the market, adding that Ghana should grow what can be processed for export as a country.
Planting for food shouldn't be from the farm to the market. That has been the essence, where we are planting a lot, put it in the market, and feed the people. When it goes off, when the season is not good, when we don't have irrigation, when the rain doesn't fall, what happens? There will be a challenge. And therefore, some of these challenges have been felt this year. Products that are supposed to be harvested within certain times have been rained off by the rain, and those that are supposed to be harvested because of the rain pattern, they are not able to dry up for the harvest to be done. So you look at these ones and you say, is this a good venture? Yes. And then if they're getting the youth into producing more, that is a very good thing to do. We have agronomists also coming into the system. We need to employ them to give the technical advice to these people who are planting for food and jobs, so for them to be able to put their expertise on the field, because we have a lot of them unemployed. This is the time that we need to employ them to offer those expertise to them and then ensure that we benefit. But the most important thing, me as an industry player, if I'm looking at what is coming into the system, then I will ask that people should grow what can be processed for export. As a country, this is what we should be looking at, not by planting anything. If we are planting tomatoes, if we have a glut, what happens? But we should grow tomatoes that someone can easily buy and process them. Because if you plant tomatoes that has high viscosity, it becomes very difficult for them to process it. So the needed seeds ought to be given to these people. The rice sector, we are almost going out of it. In future, we know what we want, and therefore, these scientists and all that, and the farmers themselves, they are working towards it. Irrigation farms are being set up for this rice sector. So that we know, with a little more work done, we should be able to overcome it by putting up more silos into the system, to be able to be sure that we are able to mop up the paddy rice and store them for some times, dry them up, and then release them as and when we have to release.
Moving to some further stories, the budget statement and economic policy of the government of Ghana for the year ending 31st December 2021 is expected to be presented before Parliament on November 17th. Now, presenting the memorandum on the business statement for the first week ending Friday, October 29, 2021, the majority leader and chairman for the Business Committee, Honorable Osei Che Mensah Bonsu, explained that the debate on the policy shall, however, commence on Monday, 22nd November 2021 and end on Friday, November 26, 2021.
The Business Committee takes this opportunity to welcome all members back from the long recess. As honorable members may be aware, a significant part of this third meeting will be devoted to the consideration of the budget statement and economic policy of the Government of Ghana for the year ending 31st December 2022. The House would also give attention to any other critical business requiring consideration of Parliament prior to adjournment for the Untitled. The Business Committee therefore urges all honourable members to avail themselves for business scheduled for this meeting.
Majority Leader further entreated chairpersons of various committees, particularly those with urgent and time-bound referral, to present their reports for consideration.
The Speaker, the Business Committee also entreats committee chairpersons, particularly those with urgent and time-bound referrals, to endeavour to present their reports for consideration prior to the end of the second week of November 2021, when the House is expected to be seized with consideration of the budget, having regard to the limited time frame for the approval of the budget and the Appropriation Bill 2021.
However, Mr. Chaimes Abunso explained that the debate on the policy shall commence on Monday, 22nd November 2021 and end on Friday, 26 November 2021.
Mr. Speaker, let me at this very outset, and for the purposes of effective programming and planning of the committee, public, private and personal businesses, inform colleagues that the budget statement and economic policy of government for the 2022 financial year shall be presented to the House on Wednesday, the 17th of November 2021. The post-budget workshop shall follow, beginning from Friday, the 19th of November to Sunday, the 21st of November 2021. The debate on the policy shall commence in earnest on Monday, the 22nd of November 2021 and end on Friday, the 26th of November 2021.
Subsequently, he noted that sector allocations and approvals must be dealt with for consideration and possible passage of the Appropriation Bill 2021.
The last Friday before the commencement of the Christmas festivities is December 17, 2021. And that means that sector allocations have to be dealt with and possibly approved to allow for the consideration and possible passage of the Appropriation Bill 2021 on the 17th of December 2021. Mr. Speaker, this means that the various sector ministers and committees shall have to act timelessly and proactively in order for the agenda of the meeting to be concluded before the adjournment for the Untitled.
Well, we still have some more news for you here on the Evening News Bulletin. Do stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Ago, good people of Ghana. Here are some safety measures on prevention of coronavirus. 1. Cover your mouth with tissue when you cough or sneeze. Dispose of tissue into a bin immediately you cough into it and wash your hands with soap under running water. Avoid shaking hands and use sanitizers as often as you can. Signs and symptoms of coronavirus include fever, cough, sneezing, and difficulty in breathing. Should you experience any of these, or for more inquiries, please contact 0558 439 868. That's 0558 439 868. Or call 0509 497 700. That's 0509 497 700.
Remember to always wash your hands with soap and running water.
This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health, the Ghana Health Service, and partners.
Welcome aboard the safest airline in Africa. With industry-leading safety measures to protect your well-being. The first in Africa to earn a diamond standard of safety. Offering a more contactless, safe, and seamless experience. Delivered with a smile by Africa's first fully vaccinated crew. Creating special memories that bring the joy back to flying, so you can continue making memories with your loved ones. Book your flight with Rwandair today. Rwandair, the safest airline in Africa.
Rwandair, fly the dream of Africa.
Blue City is a manufacturer and supplier of high-quality fashion accessories. We design and make quality bow ties, flying ties, lapel pins, ladies' brooches, fabric necklaces, African wares, and so much more for your weddings, schools, institutions, bands, choir, singing groups, individuals, and so many more. We use both African prints and foreign fabrics to make your beautiful accessories for you. Oh yeah! Contact us via call or WhatsApp or SMS on 0240-926-564. Locate us at Odoko Official Town opposite Emil's Preparatory School. Check us out on social media, Facebook and Instagram at Blue City Fashion. Blue City, creativity and style.
Many thanks to you for staying with us. Now, let's take a look at some sports stories. The Ghana Football Association has today, October 26, 2021, launched the 66th Ghana Premier League season and other products of the association ahead of the commencement of the season on 29th October. The launch took place at the GFA Secretariat here in Accra.
The Ghana Football Association has launched 3 major competitions: the Ghana Premier League, the National Division 1 League, and the Women's Premier League. After 3 months, a new football season is set to start with Accra Lions and Elmina Sharks selected to kick off the season on Friday at the Accra Sports Stadium. Champions Hearts of Oak will defend the title as the competition welcomes 3 new promoted sides: Reltamale United, Bibiani Gold Stars, and the Accra Lions. The Women's Premier League will start in January 2022, while the Division 1 will kick off in November. The season will see the use of brand new football Tempo. Tempo will replace Macron and will be provided by the GFA's existing football partner. Speaking at the launch, Alhaji Hassan Muntala said that they are happy to announce a new phase in the substantial agreement with the GFA. He continued that they will also provide 40 footballs for each club for the season.
Today, along with the respectful GFA, to announce a new phase in the substantial development of the Ghana football. We are delighted to announce our additional partnership of Tempo Sports as the official match ball of the Ghana Premier League. Starting from the season of 2021 and 2022. Tempo is an Australian brand owned by Novavera Sports, registered worldwide and approved with FIFA Quality Pro and FIFA Basic, the highest football certification in the world.
After his speech, the brand new football for the 2021-2022 football season was unveiled.
Yeah.
last product, a German sports clothing company entered into a partnership agreement with the FA to provide kits for the referees, assistant referees in the Premier League, Division 1 League, and the Women's Premier League. The country's representative for Zawudu Bashiru at the launch highlighted his outfit's reason to partner the Ghana Football Association to kit the referees for the football season and is looking forward for the upcoming season, which promises to be exciting.
Club of South Africa is actually the Ghana-based firm that attracted ZAS to Ghana. And I believe we maybe spotted some of the referees wearing the kits, and they're actually very beautifully clad. And we look forward to the upcoming season, which promises to be very interesting, which promises to be very fascinating. So basically, we are proud to be associated with the Ghana Football Association and the referees to beautify the Ghana Premier League and hopefully help in enhancing the agenda to bring back the love. It's been a beautiful season last season, and hopefully this season will also serve us with some beautiful football. And we will be proud of the Ghana football. Thank you so much.
The official kit for the referees, the assistant referees for the 2021-2022 was unveiled. Marketing manager for StarTimes, Mrs. Akofa Banson, at the launch also said that StarTimes will invest over $1 million for the production and promotion of the league and will also broadcast 150 games live this season. Ket Edwin Okweku, president of the Ghana Football Association, also announced exciting packages for the Premier League teams, the Division 1 League, Women's Premier League, and the referees, after which he declared the season launched.
The winner of the GPL will take home 250,000 Ghana cedis. The runner-up will take 150,000 Ghana cedis. And the third place team, obviously, will take home 80,000 Ghana cedis. As it has already been announced, each of the Premier League clubs would receive in total 40 Tempo footballs for this season. Don't forget that Tempo is giving us a total of 5,000 footballs this year for our clubs in the Premier League and in the First Division League. So each of the Premier League clubs would receive a total of 40 Tempo footballs made up of 30 training balls and 10 match balls for the upcoming season. Again, for the GPL, the best referee for the year will take home a car at the end of the season. Each of the zonal winners will take home a car. Second place teams will take home 30,000 Ghana cedis and medals. Obviously, each of the 48 clubs would also receive 40 Tempo balls for the season, 40 Tempo balls for the season. BPL of the winners from the two zones would again receive 50,000 Ghana cedis, 50,000 Ghana cedis. The second place team from each of the two zones will also take home 30,000 Ghana cedis. So the first place team, 50,000 Ghana cedis plus 40 gold medals. The second place team, 30,000 Ghana cedis, 40 silver medals. Again, Hillary should be happy. Hillary, come on. Hillary. On behalf of the Executive Committee of the Football Association, I wish all our clubs the very best of luck this year. To our fans, I welcome you to a memorable experiences, and to all stakeholders in the football fraternity, let's continue the good work in developing Ghana football to its highest potential. It is our own. Let's support our own. I thank you all for coming, and on that note, I humbly declare the 2021-2022 football season duly launched.
Now let's take a look at some entertainment stories. Guinean actor and comedian Naya Odro, better known as Funny Face, has been identified as bipolar disorder patient at the Accra Psychiatric Hospital. This follows his arrest after uploading a video of him and raining insults on some Guinean high-profile personalities and threatening to kill the mother of his children.
Nanaya Odro, who is an actor and comedian, has been diagnosed of bipolar disorder by the Accra Psychiatric Hospital after the court issued a letter for him to be taken there for re-examination. In the latest development of the story, it was confirmed by an Accra-based FM station. During the confirmation, it was relayed that the police searched through all principal areas of Accra, including the main psychiatric hospital, to get a bed for Funny Face, but to no avail. The police were compelled to return him to the police hospital after the bipolar disorder diagnosis due to the unavailability of bed. It was noted that they roamed the entire Accra without getting a bed. Funny Face was previously sent to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital. He was sent to the main psychiatric hospital, but there were no beds. According to the journalist with the Accra-based radio station, Funny Face has finally been diagnosed with a form of bipolar. Due to the no-bed syndrome, he was sent back to the police hospital. Bipolar is associated with episodes of mood swings ranging from depressive lows to manic highs, with the cause being unknown.
And our prayers rest with Mr. Funny Face in these hard times. And that's all we have for you in the entertainment world. And how we wrap up on the entire news segment. Many thanks to you for watching. You can always visit www.adoanewsonline.com for some further news details. My name is Reginald Addy, and coming up in the next 15 minutes is my humble self on PM Ghana. Do stay tuned and have a lovely evening.